Hello friends, today we will discuss a very important topic called number system. Number system is a topic which is of relevance if you are a CBSE class 9th or 10th student, if you're going to write the CAT exam, or you're appearing for CSAT exam, or you're appearing any other competitive exam. Number system is a very important topic. In our journey today, we will be discussing something which is very important, and that is we will start from what we call as natural numbers and we will go up to what we call as real numbers. While in this journey from natural numbers, we'll move to whole numbers. We'll discuss about integers, then we'll discuss rational numbers, and then finally we will end up at our destination, that is real numbers. So let's begin. So natural numbers as represented by capital N have two basic characteristics. First, they are positive values, and second, they are non-decimal in nature. So when we say non-decimal in nature, they have no decimal points, and the best examples can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So now if we take this set of natural numbers and we add the digit 0 to it, what we get is called as whole numbers. These whole numbers are represented by capital W. So if we take a number line where we put 0, 1, 2, 3. So from 0 onwards, this will represent whole numbers. From 1 onwards, this will represent natural numbers. So what about values on the left side of 0? That can be -1, -2, -3. So these negative values along with the whole number make what we call as integers, and this is represented by capital Z. So two important characteristics we can see from integers is, one, they are non-decimal, and second important characteristic we can see is that it can acquire any value which can be negative, 0 or positive. Now after discussing non-decimal values, let's discuss something called decimal values. So these decimal numbers can be of two nature. One are called rational numbers and second are called irrational numbers. So when we talk about first about rational numbers take the form of P by Q, where both P and Q are integers with condition that Q should not be equal to 0. Now this form which they have taken, the rational numbers, the decimal value that will arrive has two important characteristics. One, it is either terminating. So what do we mean by terminating? Let's understand with an example. Suppose the number 5 by 4 is equal to 1.25. So there are two digits after the decimal point and there are no more digits after 5. So it has terminated at 5. Another example would be 6 by 4, which would be equal to 1.5. Here after one value after the decimal point, the number has terminated. Second characteristic of a rational number is it can be non-terminating but recurring. What do you mean by that? We'll understand with another example. So if we take number 4 by 3, it would be represented as 1.333 and so on. It can also be written as 1.3 bar, where 3 being the recurring number. So the number is not terminating but it is recurring. The last digit is recurring in this case. Another example, if we take 5 by 3, in that case it would be 1.666 and so on, can be written as 1.6 bar. Again the digit 6 is not terminating but recurring. So this is what is represented by rational numbers. When we talk about irrational numbers, in this case what happens, the characteristic they show is they are non-terminating and they are non-recurring. So the number doesn't terminate, nor does the digits after the decimal point recur. So example can be under root of 2, which has a value of 1.4142 and so on. In this, the last digits or the digits after the decimal point do not reoccur and neither they terminate. Another can be example can be the pi value, which is written as 22/7, which requires the form of 3.1415. This also keeps on going. It is non-terminating and non-recurring. So from this, what we understand that there are rational numbers in the decimal form and there are irrational numbers which are of the decimal form, and these together are what we call as real numbers. So if I have to understand through a pictorial representation, so we can understand something like so there can be a one circle, then there can be a bigger subset to it, then there can be a bigger superset to it, then another bigger superset, and then the biggest superset of them all. So the one in the center represents natural numbers. The one after the natural numbers is what we call as whole numbers, which include 0. Then a bigger superset would be what we represent as integers, represented by z. Then a bigger superset would be rational numbers, represented by q. And finally the biggest superset is represented by the number alphabet R, that is real numbers. In this, two things are of importance: real numbers and rational numbers have decimal values, whereas integers, whole numbers and natural numbers are non-decimal.